guys. I have had all of the stink that I can stand on this gringo.
You think you're through with me, Effie?
When you are dancing in the air, I will be through with you.
But you're not going to hang me. You're not that big. Not you or anybody else in this stinking town.
Watch him.
Si, Cafe.
Watch him well. He's full of tricks. Senor Carl Reagan is in jail. It will not be over until he is hanging by his neck.
He'll be no loss. He brought nothing to this town but trouble.
There was nothing I could do. He grabbed my keys. He came toward me. I had to shoot.
You did what you had to do. Now it is over. Except that I shall continue to curse the day that I first heard the name Carl Reagan.
There's old Will.
Will Reagan, jumping Jehoshaphat. It's good to see you, Will. What are you doing out this way?
Well, get a little homesick now and then after all the years in the Ponderosa.
I still say you're the best dang foreman we ever had. Watch it. There we are. There you are. Have you heard from Carl recently?
Matter of fact, I have, Ben. Leastwise, I think so. This come today. Must be from Carl. Can't think of nobody else who'd be writing to me. It is from Carl, ain't it, Ben?
Let's see. It says it's from Plata, Mexico.
Ah, sure it's from him. I just knew it. Last word I heard from him, he was headed in that direction. You know, my eyesight may be failing me, but my instinct is still good. Ben, do you mind reading it for me?
No?
I could have had somebody in town read it, I reckon, but I knew you were just as anxious to hear as I was.
Yeah. Looks like somebody sent you a present here, Will.
Well, I can wait for the present. What does Carl say?
Well, it says that,
Well, go ahead, Ben, read it. It is from Carl, ain't it?
Well, Will, no, it's, this isn't from Carl. It's some kind of advertisement, that's all.
Oh. Well, if they send me a present, what is it?
It's a ring. It's like some mail-order house is trying to sell some Indian jewelry.
This ain't no Indian ring.
I guess Adam just supposed it was.
Ben, I've known you for a lot of years. You always was a poor-handed lion. What's in that letter?
Well, I don't know how to break it to you. It's pretty bad news.
About Carl?
Yeah. About Carl. He's dead.
Be sure of it. Be sure of it, Ben.
Well, this is it's from the authorities in Mexico. It's a certificate of death.
How did it happen? What does it say?
Oh, that doesn't say. It just a certificate of death and the ring. It seems official.
I'd know this ring any place. I hammered it out of silver with my own hands. 16th birthday. It was the same year as Mom died. Can they do this? Can they tell me that my boy has died and then not tell me how he died?
Well, maybe there'll be a letter following, Mr. Reagan.
What good would another letter do? I don't want my boy laying there in a foreign land. I want him back here where he belongs. Ben, you've got a wife buried in the Ponderosa. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, of course, I know what you're talking about. Well, it's impossible.
I don't care whether it's impossible or not. I want my boy back here. I'm an old man. Ain't even got my eyesight. Ain't much left of me. I've got to have my boy back home.
Oh, you think I'm doing the right thing, Pa?
I don't know. All I know is that I saw a man aged 10 years right before my eyes. Not because his son died, but because he doesn't know how he died.
Well, if I can find out what happened, maybe I can bring his son back to him.
And we owe Will Reagan at least that much.
Yeah, Carl was a pretty wild kid. Suppose the truth's unpleasant.
Can't back away from the truth, Adam. You take care of yourself.
Right. Oh, boy.
Hot day, huh?
Should have been here yesterday. Melt your whiskers off, it would have.
Oh, could you give me maybe one of those nice outside rooms facing that cool ocean breeze?
Oh, I had to get rid of all them rooms. The guests complained the sound of the waves kept them up all night. Where are you from?
Virginia City, Nevada Territory.
Adam Cartwright. Stay along?
Depends.
I'll show you to your room. Like I said, you should have been here yesterday. Melt your whiskers off. Here you are, $1 a day, and breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, this will be fine. You, say you've been around this town some time, have you?
That's right, sometime. If you want to know a Gila monster by his first name, ask me, I know.
As a matter of fact, I did want to ask about someone. Carl Reagan.
What about him?
I'm an old friend of his from Virginia City. Also a very good friend of his father's. We'd gotten word that Carl was dead.
I don't know nothing about that. The $1 for the room is in advance.
Oh, that's a kind of a small town. Surely you might have heard something about it, huh?
Look, mister, you want your pillow fluffed up? Call me. And I forgot to tell you, the room is for one night. Trail gang's coming in tomorrow, and I'll be full up.
Look, I was only trying to find out something about my friend's death.
Why don't you go and ask his widow?
Well, now, wait a minute, lady. You don't have... Pardon me. I've knocked on the doors of half the houses in this town.
What do you want, senor?
I'm looking for Mrs. Carl Reagan.
I'm Mrs. Carl Reagan.
My name's Adam Cartwright. I'm an old friend of your husband's. I'm Sorry that we have to meet under these circumstances, but I'd like to talk to you for a moment.
My husband is dead. There is nothing we could talk about. Good day, senor.
Mrs. Reagan. Well, Mrs. Reagan, we meet again. You can hardly slam a door in my face here. May I buy you a drink?
Please, senor, I'm busy. I told you I do not wish to talk.
No, I haven't very much to ask you. Shall we sit down? I'm not sure if Carl ever told you about his father, but I know him very well. He's quite anxious to learn as much as he can about Carl's death. Surely you can understand that, can't you? Oh, thank you. Now, may we have that drink?
What do you want to know?
Why didn't you write Carl's father? Why did you leave it for the law to do?
I thought it was better that way.
Why? Was there something you were afraid to tell him?
Please, senor. Let things stay as they are. Go back to Virginia City. Go home, Mr. Cartwright.
All right, Mrs. Reagan. I'll go home. After I get a few answers.
Ah, senor. Come in, senor.
You're in the wrong room, aren't you, mister?
Oh, no, senor. You are.
All right, what's it all about?
I tell you, senor, you are not only in the wrong room, you are in the wrong town.
What makes you think that?
Oh, I do not think this, senor. I know it.
Who sent you, Maria?
Senor, why don't you get yourself a good night's sleep, huh? And in the morning, you'll feel fresh and rested for the travel.
No, it's quite the other way around. You're the one that's traveling. Out, now.
Senor, you are a very stubborn man. One? Sleep well, senor.
You're the one they call El Jefe?
I am the law in Plata, if that is what you mean.
My name's Adam Cartwright.
I know what is your name. I know that you came into this town alone. I know that you're staying at the hotel. I also know that you asked the same questions too many times.
Well, now, if you know all that, maybe you also know the name of the two men that were waiting for me in my hotel room and jumped me, huh?
That is something that I probably do not know.
Now, what do you intend to do about it?
Senor, we did not ask you to come to Plata. Maybe it is better that you leave.
Why should I leave? I just got here.
Perhaps you are stepping on a dead man's toes.
Carl Reagan was a friend of mine.
Senor, it is time that you should know this. That you are a friend of Carl Reagan does not make you a friend of anybody in this town.
Well, no, I didn't come to this town to make friends or enemies, either one.
The man that you are seeking is dead. But even his memory is hated here. Is that enough, senor? Do you want to know more?
Yes, I'd like to know how he died.
The official records show that he was killed while attempting to escape jail.
Escaped jail? Now, why was he in jail?
For murder. For 50 murders. But only for one that I could prove.
Do you have a trial?
He had a trial. Of course. And he was sentenced to hang. But he tried to escape. Senor, you ever see a man without a face? My deputy Gomez, a double-barrel shotgun at close range. It was second best to hanging.
I can't believe Carl was a murderer.
You're lying, senor. Or else you do not know your gringo friend very well.
I'm not lying. What reason would he have?
Reason? That one needed no reason. He smuggled guns to renegade Indians. He robbed mine shipments. He was a killer. Is that reason enough?
Well, no, I only have your word for this.
Your loyalty touches me, senor.
My loyalty is to a dying old man who loved his son.
I weep for him.
I made Carl's father a promise. I came to this town to do something, and when I've done it, I'll leave.
You'll leave a lot sooner, Senor Cartwright, or you will remain without a protection of the law.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
What does that mean? Another gringo told me not long ago that he was in this town for peace and quiet, to become one of us, to learn our customs. And there was not one day of peace and quiet from the time that Senor Regan appeared. The road to our town goes two ways, senor. My advice is to go back to your own people.
Hello, Maria.
I thought we had already said goodbye.
Oh, you said goodbye. I didn't. Besides, I haven't the answers to my questions. Could I change your mind about having that drink?
No, thank you.
Well, maybe you could just sit with me.
I'm paid to talk to customers. It's part of my job.
No, it's very strange finding you working in a place like this.
Why do you say that?
Now, Carl was a proud man. Somehow, I just don't think he'd want his wife to work in a cantina.
What was he like when you knew him?
It was like a colt, which you could never break. Sometimes he was gentle, even sentimental. A man with a restlessness. Could never stand still. Wanted me to go to Mexico with him when we were kids.
You did not go?
No, I put down roots on our ranch, Ponderosa. My father's there, my two brothers.
It is good to have a family.
Yeah.
But a woman goes with her husband.
Tell me, Maria, was he as I remembered him? Were you happy with him?
I married him.
That's not what I asked.
I do not know what you have heard. Some people did not like him. You saw good things in him. So did I. That's the Carl Regan I love.
It would have been better if you hadn't come here, cowboy.
I've been told that before.
You're buying trouble.
Well, now, since when did you start worrying about me?
I didn't like Carl Regan, but I do like Maria. She's a good kid, and I don't want any harm to come to her.
Well, neither do I.
It's a little late for that.
The gringo, Maria. What did he want?
It does not have to be a concern of ours.
But he is our concern. You were told not to talk to him, were you not?
Be careful, Pablo. You're hurting your sister.
If she is going to be a fool, then she will be hurt. Now, what did he say, huh?
Please, Pablo, you're hurting me.
Pablo is right, little one. It is a great concern to all of us. Tell us what the gringo said.
Nothing. He said nothing, and I told him nothing.
Now, tell me, little sister. What did he want?
Just wanted to talk about Carlos, how he was, how we met, about the marriage, if we were happy. He wanted to tell Carlos' father about those things. That's all, I swear it. Yes, I'm all right. Why don't you leave us alone?
These are the two that waylaid me in my hotel room.
It was a mistake. They are my friends.
Your friends? Some friends from the way you were screaming. Take care of his arm. He won't die. We're going to have a talk with El Jefe. Let's go.
What is the meaning of this, Cartwright?
Well, you told me not to expect any help from the law, so I'm taking care of it myself. It's one of the men that jumped me in my room.
This is so, Pablo?
See, Jefe, it is so. I am only sorry I didn't kill this gringo pig.
All right, Cartwright. Put away your gun, or I will have to take it away. ¿Qué pasa?
This gringo, this foreigner, he was molesting my sister.
Your sister? I don't know what you're talking about.
It is true, Jefe. Pablo came to me and told me this foreigner is spending much time with Maria.
Well, I don't know whose sister she is. I was just asking her questions about her husband.
I warn you, Cartwright. We do not like you gringos interfering in our affairs. All right, Pablo, you can go.
What are you doing? Aren't you going to arrest him?
For what? For defending the honor of his sister?
My gun, gringo.
Maybe it is Senor Cartwright who should be in the cell, eh, Jefe?
No. Senor Cartwright, he is an intelligent man. He probably has enough intelligence to get out of Mexico now. If not, the cell will still be there.
Startle you?
So you're still here?
Yep, still here. But you can stop worrying about Maria.
Has anything happened to her?
Oh, no, she's all right. Why shouldn't she be? She hates gringos just as much as anyone else in this town.
Oh, I guess that means you're getting ready to leave this beautiful village of ours.
Well, I don't have much choice. Unless I sleep in the street. You only let me have that room for one night.
You can keep the room for another night.
What made you change your mind?
Maybe because that trail gang I told you about ain't coming in.
Or maybe because of Maria?
All right. Maybe it is because of Maria. That girl's like a daughter to me. I ain't gonna cuss her out for the rest of my life just because she made a bad marriage.
Well, I don't know that that's true. Was it a bad marriage?
What did you expect? You must have known Carl Reagan was rotten to the core.
Why don't you tell me about it?
Ain't nothing to tell. Carl Reagan was a thief and a killer, and he used to beat Maria.
She said she loved him.
Well, don't try to understand that, Cartwright. You couldn't, unless you were a woman.
Pablo, is he really her brother?
Yes, he's her brother, all right. But he might as well not be. He's scared, just like everybody else in this town. That's what Carl Reagan did to men.
Pablo and Juan, what was their connection with Carl?
Go home, cowboy. This ain't no place for you. Get out while you still can.
I'm not gonna leave here until I find out the truth about Carl. Now, if you know it, why don't you tell me?
Why do you have to ask so many questions?
Carl.
You recognized my voice, didn't you?
I certainly did. I never thought I'd hear it again.
Well, you wouldn't have, Adam. But you just had to ask questions, didn't you? Now, I don't want to have to kill you. But now that you know that I'm alive, I guess I'm going to have to. Now, you put your gun on that table nice and easy like.
I come 1,000 miles to find a man raised from the grave like Lazarus.
That's good. You always were the bright one, weren't you? The great Adam Cartwright. Beulah, you get us a bottle. Now, Adam and I, we haven't seen each other in years, have we? We got a lot to talk about. Sit down there. How's my father, Adam?
Nearly blind. Nearly dead inside over you.
Then you can see how embarrassing it'd be if I let you go back and tell him I was still alive.
Why'd you do it, Carl? All this.
Beulah, why don't you go to bed? And keep your mouth shut.
I know when I'm well off.
See, I had to, Adam. They were gonna hang me. But I thought it real clever of me, having myself declared dead, now don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was a man killed, Carl, now. Who wasn't? Who'd they bury in your place?
Oh, now, Adam, now you don't ask questions like that. But I'll tell you, he was a man about my size, wore my clothes. He was a friend, too.
And I suppose it was you that sent those 2 thugs after me, huh?
Well, I was sorry about that. You always was a peaceful man. I thought that you'd think it out clear and leave well enough alone. Why didn't you?
Well, I suppose I had to find out about you for myself. You know, the law in this town doesn't have a very charitable opinion of you.
El Jefe, he wanted me so bad he could taste it.
Well, he's going to taste it even more when he finds out you're alive.
Yeah, I guess so. So I can't let him find out, can I? I stayed dead, Adam.
It won't last, Carl. If it isn't El Jefe, it'll be somebody else.
Well, you let me worry about that, won't you?
And Maria? What about her?
We used to play a little game, taking each other's girl. You remember that?
Sure, I remember.
Let me give you a little advice, my friend. You stay away from my wife.
Come on, Carl. We're not kids anymore.
And I'm not playing games anymore. What are you going to tell my father when you go back home?
I had assumed I wasn't going back.
I don't want to kill you, Adam. Now, you'd listen to a proposition, will you?
I'd say under the circumstances, I don't have very much choice, do I?
That's right. I wouldn't do this for anybody but you. But when you go home, I want you to tell my father I died of the fever, smallpox, something like that. You'll think of something.
Beulah, she knows you're alive. Pablo, Juan, Maria.
Beulah, she's afraid to talk. She knows me that well. Pablo and Juan, well, they want money as bad as I do. See, there's a silver shipment going through here day after tomorrow. I'm going to take it.
You left out Maria.
No, I didn't leave her out. She's in love with me.
I guess I really never knew you, Carl. You are a mean one, aren't you?
Yeah. And I'm going to be a rich one. After that silver shipment, I'm leaving Plata. There's other places to go, new worlds to conquer. Dead man. Nobody looks for a dead man.
And if I don't take your proposition?
Then I'd be the one without any choice, wouldn't I? And I want you to get a good night's rest and be on your way to Virginia City by tomorrow night.
Or
I'll kill you.
Cartwright. I thought you would be gone by now.
No, I have some information I think might interest you.
It's possible, but I doubt it's probable. You know, I can tell you every move you make since you've been here.
Well, now, if you can do that, then you can probably tell me that I saw an old friend last night.
I was not aware that you had an old friend.
I saw Carl Reagan.
Senor, my pay is not the biggest pay. My job is not the easiest. It's too early in the morning for jokes.
It's no joke. He's alive.
I tell you, Carl Reagan is dead. Dead.
And apparently you didn't take a very good look at the man that was killed in your jail.
Do you know the effect of a double-barrel shotgun at close range?
I know the man I'm talking about. I saw at close range. It was Carl Reagan.
Senor, I do not know what it is that you are up to. But I tell you again, I do not like gringo tricks.
Well, now, you're going to have a lot more than tricks to worry about. There's a silver shipment coming through here the day after tomorrow. Reagan's planning to take it and get out of the country.
Silver shipment. Copo del Plata mines, eh?
Why don't you believe me?
Why should I believe you? One moment you are his friend, and the next moment you are accusing him. You wear two faces, senor.
Well, if I do, it's because I know two Carl Reagans. When I first came to Plata, I was looking for an old friend.
And now?
Well, now I know what you told me about him was true.
I do not like to deal with liars, senor.
I'm telling you the truth. Carl Reagan's alive. His death was just a trick.
If he is alive...
He threatened to kill me if I didn't leave town. He meant it. If I don't go, he's going to come looking for me.
The Copo del Plata mine, that is the lifeblood of this town.
Well, hadn't we better do something about it?
Perhaps I've misjudged you, senor. If you have a plan, I will listen.
I have a plan. When Carl finds out I came here to see you, he'll try to kill me. You stay close to me. Keep me in sight. I think maybe together we can handle it.
Any man who believes that all men of one race are bad because one man of that race is bad, this man is a fool. I will not let you out of my sight.
I won't feel any the worse knowing that.
Adam? Adam, I thought you left town.
Is that what Carl told you?
So you know.
Yes, Maria, I know.
You must leave. You must not stay here.
Maria, I came here to find something kind to say to a grieving old man. Now, if you have something to tell me, I'll listen.
Adam, Carlos was your friend.
People change. Forget it, Maria.
Can you forget him, Adam? First, he was like you said. Wild. But good wild. Gentle wild. To me, that is. He never hurt. He cared. He seemed to be needing to be loved. To be wanted.
And you?
I wanted him to. I would have given up anything for him. Even my own people.
It's all in the past, Maria. I'm telling you again, forget him.
Forget him? He's alive and I'm his wife.
Maria, come back to Virginia City. Back to Carl's father. You can start a new life there.
I couldn't do that. I can't leave him. Too many memories.
Maria, can't you realize they're all gone? That's all dead? It's as though he were really in that grave.
I know that. But I must follow my heart. I must stay here.
I tried.
Yes, Adam. You tried.
Hola, Jefe.
It is quite late. It is getting dark, Gomez. I expected you back before this.
Well, there were some matters to attend to, Jefe.
I suppose there were. And there are some matters that I would like to talk to you about.
Of course, Jefe. These things you want to talk to me about, they are important?
They are important.
What do they concern?
They concern a dead man who is not dead. And a man who is buried who is not Carl Reagan.
But how can that be, Jefe? You saw the dead man with your own eyes.
I saw his clothes. I saw the size of the man. His face I could not recognize. You saw to that. Gomez. You let that gringo corrupt you as he has corrupted the others.
My pay here is poor, Jefe. I could not help it if a share of the silver shipments became attractive.
The shipment tomorrow, a part of that is yours too.
That is right, Jefe. I will share.
Somehow I will stop you.
It will be difficult for you if you are locked in your own jail. Inside, Jefe. Inside. And if you are counting on Adam Cartwright, I must tell you that that too has been taken care of.
It's open.
This just came for you. Got the breath of a woman, it does. You don't let no grass grow under your feet, do you, Sonny?
How'd it get here?
Oh, a little tyke came running in, flung it across the desk at me, ran out again without so much as a boo.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I must see you. It is important. My place. Maria.
Come in, please.
What's wrong, Maria?
It is far enough, Gringo.
Thanks.
I could not help it.
Pablo's little sister is a very obedient wife, senor.
I will take care of this myself. You go and help Senor Carlos. Tell him we will meet him after dark.
Muy bien, Pablo.
I tried to tell you. You have to admit, I tried to tell you.
I heard every word you said.
But not loud enough, huh, friend? Now, you know I can't let you leave this town alive. Not after you went and seen El Jefe. That's right, Adam. You're on your own. El Jefe, he's not going to be able to help you. Gomez, he took care of that.
That's who does your dirty work, huh?
And Gomez is a very reliable man. Ain't that right, Pablo?
That is right, Carlos.
Why'd you do it, Adam? And why'd you stay?
I just wanted to see if there wasn't one person in this town besides Maria that would have a decent word to say about you.
It's never really mattered to me what people thought about me. You ought to remember that, Adam.
I remember you like taking chances. Why don't you have brother-in-law here give me back my gun?
You wouldn't shoot me, Adam. You're much too moral for that. Even if you would, it'd spoil things between you and Maria. Yeah. She'd hate you for the rest of her life. See, she's very moral, too, aren't you, Maria?
Carlos, do not talk this way. You promised we would go away. I'll do anything you ask of me if you do not kill.
Yeah, you see, I've got it straight. This is not the first time you tried to take a girl away from me, Adam. Only this time it's different. This is my wife.
You don't stop at anything, do you? Where do you think all this is going to get you?
Where's it going to get me? It's going to get me a lot of money. That's what it's going to get me. But, Adam, you ought to understand that. All you Cartwrights always had a lot of money.
Well, we worked for it. We didn't get it this way.
What difference does it make? I'm going to be rich. That's what matters.
Think you'll live long enough to spend it?
Yeah, I'll live long enough to spend it. Because I'm not going to let you or anybody else get in my way.
No, Carlos. Cannot do this. I used to think there was good in you. I still want to believe that. Don't you know that?
Pablo, take her away from me.
Carlos, if you kill Adam Cartwright, I'm going to tell El Jefe myself.
I told you, Carlos. You cannot trust this one.
I think you're right. If you can't trust someone, then what good are they? Now, you take him over me?
No.
All right, the grave's big enough for both of you. Pablo, you still loyal to me?
See, Carlos, I told you.
Yeah, all right. Then I'm going to give you a chance to prove your loyalty. Shoot her.
Carlos!
Pablo, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? She's only your sister. Go ahead. Your master's giving you orders.
Shut up, Gringo. You I would gladly kill.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about her.
You're talking too much, Adam. Pablo, I'm waiting.
You heard him. He's waiting. Don't tell me you got trouble with your conscience. Think of all that silver.
No. Perdiz, I cannot do it.
Pablo is soft. I will kill her for you.
Kill her! Oh, that was smart, Adam. You're good. But you always were good, even as a kid. You tell my father that I thought about him. I thought about him often. Maria, about...
I had built my jail too strong. When Gomez locked me in, I could not get out. But thanks to you, Gomez is finding out the same thing. You know, senor, I had made up my mind that there would be no more gringos in this town. But that was wrong. You are welcome anytime.
And you're welcome on the Ponderosa, El Jefe. You still have time to change your mind, Maria, and come along with me. I know Carl's father would like it.
No, Adam. I must stay here with my people.
Goodbye, Maria. Beulah.
Goodbye, Adam.
Vaya con Dios, amigo.
She was a pretty girl, huh?
She was a beautiful gal, Mr. Reagan. Ask her to come visit you sometime.
Oh, I'd like that. I hope I didn't ask too much of you, asking you to bring my boy back home.
Not at all.
He was a fine boy, wasn't he, Adam? Wasn't he a good boy, Ben?
Yes, he was a good boy.
I'm glad he got married and settled down. I'll bet he was a good husband. Wasn't that what she said, Adam?
When she talked about Carl, it was just like we knew him. She loved him very much, Mr. Reagan.
That's what I wanted to hear. Well, thanks, Adam. Thanks again. Come on, babe.
I hope I did the right thing, pal.
You did the right thing, Adam. You brought a man's son back to him.
You're gonna hurt somebody, Willie. Draw. Here. Draw. Draw. Willie, you don't want to shoot me.
Oh, yes, I do.
Give me the gun, Willie.
No.
Give me the gun. Willie, give me the gun. Willie.
You killed him. You killed my Willie. Monster! Oh, Willie. Willie. Willie.
Were you a friend to Willie?
Yes. Willie and I were friends.
Well, what do you mean to do about it?
Do about it?
About Willie. He was killed, wasn't he?
Yes, he was killed, but not the way you're thinking. You see, he'd been drinking.
No, I don't want to see. I don't have to. Whatever Willie did, he didn't deserve to be killed. I know. I'm his brother.
You're Red, his brother Red.
He told you about me then.
Oh, yes, he talked of you often.
I should have been here. Just what were you to him?
He was kind and gentle to me. I loved him.
Kind and gentle. And he ended up like this.
He talked about you many times.
What did he say?
Oh, he said that you scout for the Army and hunt buffalo?
And he must have told you that I take care of my own. Willie was my brother. I've been asking around. I know the name of the man who killed him. Hoss Cartwright. Do you know him?
Everybody around here knows the Cartwrights.
I don't. But I will soon.
Please, the Cartwrights were friends to Willie.
Willie was my brother. A man killed him. That man's gonna pay.
You want me to help you with that?
I don't need any.
As soon as we get this finished, I guess we ought to get out and help the other boys on the roundup.
Of course, you're gonna have to stop brooding. It was just an accident.
Look, I know how you feel. I mean, anybody would, but... Where are you going?
I'm gonna take a ride down the low country. There's some fences down there that need to be mended.
I think you better go along with him, Joe. You'll get the job done much faster.
Never mind. It's a one-man job.
If he'd just stop feeling guilty. I don't think he should be alone.
Yeah, maybe it's best, you know, the way he is.
Where's Hoss going?
Said he was going down to the lower section, do some fence mending.
You think I ought to keep an eye on him?
No, I don't think so. Best way for Hoss to work things out is for us to leave him alone.
Let's go, boy.
What do you think you're doing?
Don't you know better than to sneak up on a man like that?
I ask you a question.
All right, I'm worried about Hoss. It's not like him to stay out all night. It's almost daybreak.
Now, what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna ride out and find him. I don't want him to be alone.
tell Pa this?
No, I didn't. I just assumed you wouldn't tell him either, Adam.
I'll think about it.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, he's my brother, too. What are we waiting for? Come on.
Doesn't look like Hoss did much fence mending.
I doubt he intended to. He probably came from Mud Creek. Let's go.
Whoever did this couldn't have gotten far.
Now, Joe, wait.
What do you mean, wait? I can get him.
If you want to save your brother's life, you'll get Pa and a doctor. Now, if we don't lose any time, maybe we can keep him alive. I'll stay here with him. Now, get going.
He'll sleep for a while now. I gave him a sedative. Might just as well leave him alone.
Tell me the truth. How is he?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Ben. It's a bad wound. He's lost a lot of blood. I tried to encourage him, to tell him he'd be all right, but it's as if he didn't want to listen.
I know. It's been that way ever since Willie Twilight's death. Listen,
man. You know that wasn't Hoss's fault.
Oh, I know. You know, everybody knows, except Hoss. He feels guilty. If there was only some way we could make him understand that it wasn't...
Ben, you're not going to make him understand anything for a while. That bullet wound alone had been enough for most men. It might be enough for him, Ben.
What can we do?
Wait. Just wait. I'll be back just as soon as I can. In the meantime, just pray and hope.
Well, I'll do that, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. There isn't much the doctor could tell us.
We're just standing around waiting. I want to go up and see him.
No. The doctor gave him a sedative. Hoss is asleep. Said he should be alone for a while.
Isn't there anything we can do?
We did what we could. Thank God you two boys disobeyed me and went after him.
Well, what'd the doc say? Did he get anything out of him?
I talked to him.
Gotta find out who did this to Hoss.
We'll let the sheriff find out.
You think it could have been an accident, a deer hunter, maybe?
With a buffalo gun, not likely.
Well, who could it be, then? Hoss never had an enemy in his life.
I just hope this had nothing to do with that Willie Twilight accident.
Look, I think I'd like to go up and sit outside his door just in case he wakes up.
Be very quiet. Adam, send one of the boys into the sheriff's office and have him find out if Willie Twilight had any special friends. Well, how is he?
He's still sleeping. Yeah, that might be the sheriff.
I hope so. Maybe we can find something out. Oh, Mr. McHale.
Hi, Ben. I'm sorry to be late, but sheriff's over in Carson City and I got tied up. How's Hoss?
Oh, as well as can be expected. You know the boys. Mr.
Oh,
McNeil.
yes.
Hello, Ray.
Oh, yeah? Joe?
Did you find out anything?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did. That fresh coffee, Adam?
Sure, let me pour you some.
Just black, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
What'd you find out?
Well, we were wrong about Willie Twilight. He does have a relative.
Well, who is he? Is he around here?
If he is, I want to see him.
Well, you just sit down and take it easy.
Look, why don't we all sit down and let's hear what Mr. McNeil has to tell us.
Ben, I came out here to tell you this because because I didn't want your boys to find it out someplace else and go off half-cocked.
Well, thank you, Mike.
3 days after Willie Twilight was killed, a man appeared in town. First, he went out to visit Willie's grave. And he talked to Willie's girl, Mary. Then he went to the hotel and registered under the name of Red Twilight, Willie's brother.
Right, that's the man that shot Hoss.
How do you know that?
Right, you said he's Willie's brother. You said he came into town 3 days after the accident. My brother was back shot on the 4th day. Now, what more do you want?
Positive proof. That's the more than I need.
Oh, you want positive proof? You go around scratching for this so-called proof while this man rides halfway to California.
Joe, please, just quiet down.
All right. All right, I'll quiet down, but you just give me one good reason why this Red Twilight shouldn't be arrested and hanged.
I'll give you 2 good reasons, Joe. First place, your brother isn't dead. Second place, I can't arrest anybody for anything unless somebody comes up to me and says, I saw him do it. Or until I find a piece of material evidence that will convince a judge.
Oh, come on, forget the judge. You know he did it, and we know he did it.
You see, Ben? That's why I came to the Ponderosa the minute I found out. I don't want your 2 boys coming into Virginia City and shooting up a man who may turn out to be innocent.
Now, Mac, I don't recall anyone saying that's what we're planning to do. But if this Red Twilight is guilty...
All right. But I'm warning you 2. Stay out of my town until I get me some facts.
Mr. McNeil, my sons won't do anything foolish.
Thank you, Ben.
But I'm riding into Virginia City with you. I want to see this Red Twilight. I'd like to talk to him. Now, you 2 boys are to stay here. And this time you're not to disobey me. Please do as I ask. You're, Willie Twilight's brother, Red Twilight. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's my name.
My name's Ben Cartwright. My son that was shot. Have you heard?
Yeah, I heard about it. Wish I could say I was sorry, Mr. Cartwright. But I didn't even know your son. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to say that your brother's death was accidental. I'm sorry it happened.
That makes two of us. I'm sorry it happened, too.
Haven't seen you around here before.
Because I haven't been here before.
My sons and I, we run a ranch just west of here, Ponderosa. What do you do? Mind my asking?
No, I don't mind. I scout for the Army, fight Indians, hunt.
Do you ever hunt buffalo?
Mr. Cartwright, I've hunted just about everything.
Do you own a buffalo gun?
I think that's my business, isn't it? Whether I do or not.
The man who shot my son was using a buffalo gun.
Mr. Cartwright, are you accusing me of murder?
No. Well, it's up to the law to make that kind of accusation. But if my son dies...
Then he isn't dead?
No. He isn't dead.
Well, that makes you lucky, don't it? Because my brother is. Mary. Going out to the grave?
Yes, I am.
Listen, what are you going to do with yourself from here on?
I hadn't thought of it.
Come on inside. Let's talk about it. You see, I'll be leaving town in a day or so. I thought you could come with me.
Please, you don't owe me anything. I'll just stay here.
Why? Willie's gone. We got nobody else.
I know, but Willie and me, we were happy here. This is the only town I know. I think he'd want me to stay. For whatever they're worth, I've got memories.
Like what? Like him lying dead up on the hill?
Don't have to remind me.
It appears to me I do.
Look, I've been thinking about it since. Getting over the bitterness. It wasn't Hoss Cartwright's fault.
Willie is dead.
He stuck his guns right into Hoss's chest when Hoss didn't even have a gun in his hand.
But Willie's dead!
I'm trying to tell you it was an accident.
My brother was making harm to nobody, and they killed him. I won't be satisfied until Hoss Cartwright dies.
It was you.
Yeah. I'm a good shot. I just didn't aim high enough.
That's why you've been waiting in Virginia City. To make sure.
He'll die before I leave, one way or the other. For certain sure.
I think that you should go away now.
Not until he's dead.
I can see you shooting Hoss in the back for revenge, but now it's done. The thought of him lying in bed, maybe dying, and you still saying that you want to...
Kill him! Yeah. I'm gonna make it up to Willie. I wasn't here when he needed me. But I'm gonna make it up to him now.
No, you're not doing this for Willie. He wouldn't want any part of this. You're doing it for yourself. Because you're something sick, something dirty. Because you like to kill, don't you? You enjoy it. Take your hand away from me.
Joe.
Oh, Joe?
What do you want?
Would you check these figures over for me? I get kind of groggy.
sat right next to him.
That's right, I sat right next to him.
Sat right next to the man who shot my brother and you did nothing.
That's right, too. Because there was no proof he did it.
Yeah, just like the sheriff. You take it nice and slow and easy with my brother dying upstairs.
If there's any proof he shot Horse, the sheriff will find it. If the sheriff finds the proof, the courts will handle it.
Courts, come on, will you, Pa?
Now, look! You're not the only one around here who's worried. We're all of us worried. But there's a right way and a wrong way to everything, even to worrying.
Look, why don't we all go to bed? Well, we can finish this in the morning. What about, huh?
It's really got to him.
Now you simmer down.
Boss, I promise you. I'm gonna find the man that did this to you. And when I find him, I'm gonna kill him. Before I kill him, I'm gonna make him know why. I promise you, I'm gonna make him know why.
I wonder if you could tell me something.
What?
What's to the west of Virginia City?
Well, now, I calculate if you went far enough and long enough, you'd hit the Pacific Ocean.
No, I mean around here. Any place a person could ride on quick notice, except the Ponderosa.
No, I'd think not. Except if you was to drop into Lake Tahoe. But then, of course, the east side of that's just about all Ponderosa likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be pulling stakes. You get my bill ready, and I'll leave in about an hour.
Fine and dandy, Mr. Twilight.
Don't you want any forwarding address?
Forwarding address? Well, most transients don't leave them.
Well, then here's one who does. I'm going to California.
That's kind of a big state, ain't it?
All right. Make it Sacramento.
Sacramento.
I'm going by way of the Geiger Grade. Matter of fact, I'm going to camp at Sulphur Springs.
Well, now, do you want all that put on your forwarding address?
I'm just telling you where I'm going, that's all.
Oh, sure. No offense.
Morning, Pa. I looked down on the horse earlier. I think he looks better, don't you?
Yeah, he seems to be breathing more evenly now.
Yeah, I thought so, too. Think the doc will come out again today?
Well, he said he would. Pass me the bread, please. Thanks. Little Joe up yet?
I haven't seen him yet. Probably didn't sleep any better than we did.
Boy, worries me.
Oh, Pa, it's only natural for him to feel the way he did last night. You know him. He'll get over it.
Adam, go up and ask him to come down. I'd like to talk to him.
Must have gotten up early. I'll take a look outside. He's not out there. His horse is gone. Maybe he went out looking for stock.
Oh, Adam, there's no need for us to fool each other. He went out looking for Willie Twilight's brother.
Well, what do you think?
One boy in trouble is enough. Find him. Bring him back here before he does something he'll regret for the rest of his life. Hoss. Can you hear me, son? Son. Hey, listen to me. I know how you feel. I know what conscience can do to a man like you.
Mr. Cartwright? Mr. Cartwright? Sorry, Don't I know you? I'm Mary. I was Willie's girl.
Oh, yes, I remember. Please.
There wasn't anyone around, so I just came in. I didn't mean any wrong.
No, of course not. We were We're all mighty sorry about Willie. All of us.
I know that. That's what I came to tell you. I hold no blame against you.
We're all of us grateful.
Mr. Cartwright, would you listen to me?
Yes, sir. What is it you wanted to tell me, Mary?
I don't even have the words to think it out, but Willie and me, we loved each other, Mr. Cartwright. We were to be married. We would have been, too, if Willie hadn't gotten sick.
Oh, I didn't know Willie was sick.
It's just that he didn't want anyone to know. He went to Placerville. I went with him. He talked to a doctor there.
Yes?
The doctor said that Willie's heart was so bad that he could die any day if he didn't take care of himself. He just wouldn't do it. I don't know why, Mr. Cartwright, but all of a sudden it was as if Willie wanted to die.
He wanted to die?
Oh, he changed completely. Started drinking and fist-fighting with everyone. He shouldn't have done that, Mr. Cartwright, not with his heart the way it was. He said he was tired of waiting. He said that he was going to die anyway and he wanted to get it over with quick. And he went out with those guns. I tried to stop him. I knew he was going out there to get himself killed.
Are you sure of this? How could you possibly be sure?
He told me. Just before he went out on that street, he said he'd never see me again.
Paul, what's she said?
Hoss, did you hear? Did you hear what she said? You didn't kill Willie. He wanted to die. You didn't kill him.
Willie liked you, Hoss. He wouldn't want any harm to come to the Cartwrights. He wouldn't want you to blame yourself for this.
Did you hear that?
I shoved him, Paul. I killed him.
No, that's what Mary drove all the way out here to tell you. Can't you understand that?
I understand some of it. But, Paul, there's something else that worries me. Last night, something I can't remember.
Hoss, don't worry about anything else. No. Mary, does anyone else know about this?
I tried to tell his brother, but he wouldn't listen. He's not like Willie was at all. He's a killer. When he found out that Hoss was still alive, he said he had to go back and kill Hoss.
And it was Willie's brother who shot Hoss. Now, I must tell the sheriff about this. Mary, would you repeat to the sheriff exactly what you told me?
I'll tell him. I know that's what Willie would want me to do.
Thank you, Mary. Now, Deputy McNeely's over at the Templeton place. Now, if you'll stay here with Hoss, he's close by. I can go get him. I'll send one of the ranch hands in to stay in the house with you.
I'll stay with him. I'll take care of him.
I'll be back very soon, Hoss.
Paul, don't let little Joe.
Hoss, don't worry yourself none. You just rest. Mary, thank you for coming out. Thank you for everything. I'll be back very soon.
Willie was a good little fella. I'm sorry.
I'm glad that you heard what I said about Willie Hoss. He would have wanted me to tell you.
I'm looking for a man named Red Twilight. Oh, he pulled up stakes not more than a half hour since. He's gone? Mm-hmm. Could be that deputy kept a glassy eye on him. He looked in once or twice.
Yeah, you don't know where he went.
Of course I do. Yeah, he left a forwarding address.
A forwarding address?
Yeah, Sacramento, by way of the Geiger Road. He even said how he's going to camp out at Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I'm going with you.
If you like.
On one condition.
What condition?
When we find him, I'll go as far as beating a confession out of him, if necessary. But that's all. Understand?
You never heard me say any different, did you?
We bring him and the confession back to Virginia City, alive. Now, I mean it, Joe. I know how you feel. I know what you'd like to do. But it's wrong.
You want to stand here talking all day?
And all that business about the forwarding address. It was just for our benefit. You know that.
Yeah, I could see through that. But if he wants to see me, we're even because I want to see him.
But that doesn't change the condition. Confession, and then we let the sheriff take over. Right?
I said I heard you, didn't I? Not a sign of him. Couldn't have gotten this far ahead of us.
They must have cut off on us. We'll have to backtrack.
All right.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, that must be where he cut off. Hey, that'll take him back to the Ponderosa.
Right. Was an Army scout for nothing. He's doubled back on us.
And we can cut him off the mill road.
Can I help you?
You one of the Cartwrights?
No, I'm just one of the hands. Mr. Cartwright sent me back to look after Hoss. He's upstairs. The rest of the crew is still out the roundup.
It's Willie's brother, Red. He's coming toward the house. What shall I do?
In the big room downstairs. Paul's desk is a gun. Get it to me quick.
You wouldn't shoot Willie's brother, now would you?
Just go away, Red, please. Just go away.
Far enough, friend. Maybe I didn't do a 100% job on your brother the first time. But I guess it's better this way. 2 for 1. First I get you, and then I finish him. Now drop that gun.
Joe.
Adam.
You stay here.
Right now, back shooter. Right now, I'm gonna kill you.
No, please, no, 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 no!
I made a promise, back shooter. But I want you to taste it first. I want you to feel it before I blow your brains out.
Joe, don't.
Hey, stay out of this, Adam.
All this time, you intended to kill him.
I made a promise to Horse, and I'm gonna keep it.
You got his confession. That's all the evidence the sheriff needs.
That's all the evidence that I need.
All right. If you gotta do it, go ahead. Blow his brains out. It'll only bring you down to the same level of the man you're gonna kill. I hope you enjoy it.
All right. All right, we'll take him back to the sheriff.
Adam. Joe, you all right?
How you feeling?
What are you trying to do, kill yourself?
I'm fine. I'm gonna be all right now, Joe.
Boss.
Adam. It's all right, Pa. He got down under his own power.
You didn't? I was worried about something else, too.
Now, come on, Pa. Don't tell me that's all the confidence you have in your own son.
Well, let's get this look back to bed.
Hey, Joe. Joe, I'm glad you didn't kill him.
What do you mean, kill him? Think I'd kill a man just because he took a shot at a big ox like you?
Didn't even recognize you. All I saw was somebody beating up on a little jock.
Six. The following program is rated PG. Parental guidance is recommended for people under 15 years.
Baxter. Didn't even recognize you. All I saw was somebody beating up on a little jock.
You sure pack a mean punch, Hoss.
What you doing picking on that little fella?
Know what that little varmint's up to?
Ain't no telling. What's he done now?
He's stealing Ponderosa lumber. Not the felled trees, mind you. The cut lumber.
Oh, no, you don't. Come here.
Get over here and fess it.
It was only taking me enough to build me a little bit of a corral.
I don't reckon you could really blame a man for trying to fix his place up, could you?
Wait till your pa hears what Jock's done. We'll see whether he gets the blame or not.
I was going to pay him back just as soon as I got me some money. Honest, Hoss.
I'll tell you what, Baxter. I'll take full responsibility for all this.
If that's the way you want it, Hoss. Me, I'm just a hired hand.
Baxter, you keep this under your hat, you hear?
Hoss, I sure can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
It's all right, Jock. Glad to see you sort of fixing the old place up.
Oh, yeah, I work at it all the time. Hoss, how was it you told me these post holes ought to be dug? Hoss, you sure dig pretty.
Hey, Jock, you that tired? Yes, sir, I'll tell you, Jock. Keep this up and you're gonna have a real nice place.
I'm doing it all on Sally's account.
Yeah, hiya, Sally.
Oh, the heat bothers her. You know how they are when they get this way.
Yeah, when's her time?
Close as I can reckon, about 3 weeks come Tuesday. Here she comes now. Ain't she the sweetest thing ever? I can't hardly wait to see that little colt of hers.
Yeah, from her looks, he ain't gonna be long coming, neither. You better get that corral fixed. Where's him post?
In the barn. With them awful heavy boards, Hoss. Yes, sir. This time next year, I'll be racing Sally, training her little colt. Ought to make myself a regular fortune.
Yeah, it's a long time till next year, little Jock. What are you gonna be doing in the meantime?
Oh, odd jobs here and there. You know me, Hoss. One thing I ain't afraid of is work. You know that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, Jock. I know that all right.
Of course, I probably could borrow against my winnings. Or I could even sell a piece of Sally. If I wanted to do a friend a favor.
Yeah, hey, listen, Jock, you got any paint?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I got some left over from last year when I was gonna touch up the house. course, I got so busy, I never did get around to it, though.
Yeah, well, listen, I think you ought to put a little paint over this fresh lumber before Paul gets a close look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, his horse's hat.
Hoss!
Morning, Mr. Cartwright.
Good morning.
I can't let him get close to this lumber. Come in, Paul.
So this is where you've been all day.
Mr. Hoss, I fix good dinner. All get cold. Look every place for you.
I was just here helping old Jock.
Yeah, so I see.
Poor little feller's got so much to do, I don't reckon he'll ever get it done.
Yeah.
Well, you're not forgetting I'm racing Raven against Gatling in town today, are you?
Oh, no, Joe, I ain't forgetting. I was just trying to be neighborly. You fellers go on in, and I'll try to get there. Best of luck to you, Joe. Go on. I'll try to get in if I can.
Jock? Oh, Jock.
Howdy, Miss Henry. You sure look spry today.
Nice of you to say so, Hoss. Jock's taking bets I come in ahead of Sally.
You betting?
No, I was just spoofing.
Jock, you were going to take 6 head of cattle into town and pay the taxes.
I clean forgot.
Jock, you better do that.
You bet I better. I won't be going long. Bye.
Oh, Jock, if they fetch a good price, will you buy me something?
Why, sure, honey. Anything you want.
Just the goods to make me a new sunbonnet. Sun's beginning to irk me, too.
You know what I'll do? I'll buy you one already made up.
Oh, Jock, that's real sweet of you.
$60 a month for assessing. First 2 months go to pay his back taxes. But he gets 2% of his collections to pocket for himself.
Dave, you got him assistant.
No, wait, I don't know. Sally, the way she is, and Ellen, I ain't sure I want to be away from them. I guess they do need a provider. If you really need me, Mr. Hart, I'll take the job.
Well, I expect you to work at this now, Jock.
Oh, Dave, you'll be the best dead burn tax collector you ever had.
Well, you come with me, and I'll give you your collector's book and a list of people to drop in on.
No, she can't tell us or not. Who cut your lip for you?
I done told you I run into a broom.
I just wondered who threw it. Oh, and that little scratch you got there in your cheek, huh?
Cut myself shaving. That's the truth.
Look, Hoss, if you did have a fight...
Paul, it wasn't no fight. But if you ask me, there's one member of this family looking for a fight right now.
I'm sorry. I'm just worrying about you, that's all.
You must know I was out job hunting for Jock Henry.
Mr. Henley outside.
Jock? What's he doing here?
Well, ask him to come in and have something to eat. We didn't find a job for him, did you?
I sure did, and a good one, too.
Good morning, Mr. Henley. Come in. I fix you nice breakfast. Come in.
Thank you, Hopsing. Sounds real nice.
Well, morning, Jock.
Morning, all.
Hi, Jock.
Jock, when you gonna start work?
Start? I've been at it since the crack of dawn. Now, hush up. I'm adding.
Oh.
He's adding? What's he adding?
I don't know.
Where's he working? What kind of a job did he get?
He's Dave Hart's assistant.
Tax assessor?
Tax collector, too. Mr. Cartwright, appears you owe the Virginia City Treasury $1,647.95.
$1,600?
And $47.95.
Just 1 minute there, Mr. Tax Assessor, Mr. Henry. Since when do you know anything about tax assessment? Last year, I paid only $375.
The things that Dave Hart must have overlooked. Thanks to Hosser, I get 2% of all I collect, so I don't overlook nothing. You care to pay up now?
Pay now? I wouldn't pay now.
Paul!
Mr. Cartwright, I know how you feel about me being lazy and shiftless and all, but thanks to Hoss here, I've changed. And that's why I come here first, out of gratitude, Mr. Cartwright, to show you just what I think of you.
Gratitude.
Thank you, Hopsing.
I would like to have a few words with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, now, let's have at this problem one at a time. You, Ellery, speak up.
Why, it's that no good Jock Henry. He had the nerve to assess my livestock at $15,000. That's the most outrageous thing I ever heard in my life.
I'm backing my assistant, Jock Henry, all the way.
Well, if you feel that way about it, I'll take up my complaints with your assistant personal.
Brooders, huh, Mrs. Hart?
Best in Virginia City, Jock, if I do say so.
They are. And, about how many eggs would you say they're setting on?
97, exactly.
90, that's just the count I got. 97 little chicks.
Chicks? They're only eggs.
Mrs. Hart, they're little living animals. They're just as alive as the other 200 that are already running around here.
Well, whether you're right or wrong, Jock, forget it. Dave always does. You see, the chicks are mine for a special fund.
Please, I don't want to hear that, Mrs. Hart. I don't want to hear that my boss is cheating his taxpayers.
Why, you insignificant, miserable little wart. You dare say a single word about my Dave and I'll cut you to ribbons. There he is. There's the little varmint. Get him, Nancy! Bet I will!
There he is. Look at all those old biddies chasing after Jock. That's my wife.
What's all this fuss? That husband of yours. Do you know what he's done?
My Jock? Why, he is the most harmless, gentle man in...
He is, huh? Well, who gets the egg money in your house, you or him?
Well, we haven't any eggs, Mrs. Hart. We haven't any chickens. There's nothing running around our yard, and won't be until our baby's born.
Horse! Horse! Horse!
Now, Marie, what's this all about?
Why, that no-good Jock Henry, he's taxing us to death. That's what it's all about.
You done 60 women folk on him, huh?
Best favor I could do your sweet little wife is to put this noose right around your neck.
Oh. Now, I'm sorry, ladies. I know my man is kind of new at his job. If he's offended you...
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, sure you do. You're hiding right behind your wife's skirts, you little worm.
Now, I'll thank you to leave my man alone.
Do you know he's taxing us for our unborn chicks?
They ain't unborn. They're just unhatched. They're as alive as you are.
Well, if they settle this one, at least we'll know which came first, the chicken or the egg.
Ellen, how can you stand by a man like that? Look at you. Look at the clothes he dresses you in.
Has any of you ladies a prettier sunbonnet than the one Jock gave me? And next year he promised me a new one. Real silk, too.
Bought with our taxes, no doubt.
Come on, girls, let's do Ellen a favor and lynch him.
Oh, no, you won't. Scratch your eyes out.
Oh, now, see what you all went and done? Easy, now, don't get all riled up inside. Think of the baby. Think of the baby. Now, you gotta have sweet thoughts at a time like this.
He's right. For once. We're sorry, Ellen. We'll have Doc Snow come out and see you.
I don't want Doc Snow. I don't want anyone. Just you leave us alone.
All right, girls. Come on. It's all right, Mrs. Henry. You win. I'll pay his ding-blasted egg tax.
Pop?
Well, we're richer than I thought.
And Jock didn't overtax us, huh?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Well, then he did.
Just about double. He taxed us for the unborn calves, the unhatched chickens.
Well, I got us into this. I'll get us out of it.
No, we'll work it out together.
Yeah, well, Dave Hart backing Jock up all the way. I don't see what chance you have.
Well, if anybody can talk to Jock, I can.
I don't think so. Not when he's got the bit in his teeth. The trouble with Jock is he's one of the sorry people.
Sorry people? What do you mean, Paul?
Well, he's shiftless, loves the life of idleness. You know, women like Ellen, they feel sorry for him. They want to help him. And they fall in love with him. And they marry them. Then they take on all the burdens.
You're sure right about Ellen being in love with him.
Main trouble with the sorry people, though, is that somebody throws a little prosperity their way, or a little authority. They're worse than ever. They become obnoxious.
What are we going to do?
One thing you can't do, you can't meet the sorry people head on. If you do, you get in deeper than a steer in a bog hole.
How do you handle him, Pop?
You gotta outwit him. Maybe connive a little bit. And I think that's the line we should be following. Let me think, boys.
Jock, honey, you forgot your lunch.
Me? Eat lunch out of a paper bag? Ain't you forgetting my position just a little? And look at this place. I'm gonna move us into a fancy boarding house in town.
And have our baby playing in the street? And what about Sally?
I'll put her up in the livery stable.
And have her baby growing up in a stall?
I only plan to hire her a full-time exercise boy.
But, Jock, it would cost so much money.
Money is no object. Ain't I a legally appointed full-time tax collector?
Jock, honey, could you walk to work? I'll need the buggy today.
Of course, my dear. Someday we're gonna have 2 buggies. I'll hire myself a hack in town.
Sally, something terrible's happened to Papa. We've just got to do something about it.
Oh, Mrs. Henry. This is a surprise. Oh, should you be riding around with, well, you know,
I just had to come, Mr. Cartwright. It's awful important. I got to talk to you.
Oh, are you feeling all right?
It's Jock. Something terrible's happened.
What? Well, isn't that an accident?
No, it's much worse than that. He's changed. He's become a different kind of man.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of that.
He used to be so sweet and kind. He was always around the house when I needed him.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know where he is half the time. And not only that, Mr. Cartwright. A lot of people don't seem to like him anymore.
Mrs. Henry, let me get this straight now. Are you suggesting that you'd be just as happy if he didn't have this tax collecting job?
Oh, Mr. Cartwright, do you think there's any way you could talk him into giving it up?
Well, I sure like to help you along those lines. Look, why don't you come in the house and we'll have a cup of tea and then we can talk about it.
I sure would love a cup of tea, but I don't think I ought to move around too much.
Oh, by all means, by all means. Well, I'll get Hop Sink to get the tea ready and I'll bring it out in a jiffy. Joe.
Yeah, Pa?
Where's Hoss?
Oh, he's outside. I'll get him.
No. He might balk at this idea. You know the way he is, wrapped up in helping Jock and all.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Now, Hoss has a lesson to learn, too. He's let his heart run away with his head.
Now, what's your plan?
Now, do you remember that sorry little filly that took us in those match races over at Carson City?
Do I? She ran as fast as a streak of lightning.
And not much larger than a pony and skinny. It's where she couldn't carry a man, much less run like the wind under him.
Pa, that's right. And Jock can't resist a horse race. Why, that horse would make Gatling look like he was standing still.
Little Joe, you're pretty good at conniving yourself.
Oh, thank you, Pa.
Son, I want you to buy that filly.
At the price that farmer asked.
What's the difference? Money's going to be taxed away anyway. Go get her.
Yes, sir.
Paul, I've known you to do a lot of conniving in your life. But I never knew it to take you this long to connive up something real good.
Conniving? Well, that's a fine thing to say to your father. Call him a conniver.
Joe, where'd you go last night?
Where did I go last night?
Dad, Bernard, don't answer me with a question. Answer me with an answer. There's something mighty haywire around here.
Anybody home?
Why, look who's here. Hoss, it's, Mrs. Henry. Why don't you go out and see what she wants, son?
Why me, Paul?
Well, Hoss, she's your friend.
And besides, I haven't finished my breakfast yet.
All right.
Paul, you know, you were almost too anxious.
Hey, do you think so? Well, anyway, she's more reliable than her husband. She's on time.
I'm sorry, Hoss. I don't mean to bother you, but, well, Sally's having terrible pains, and Jock's gone out on his tax collecting, and I'm all alone, and I just got to have help.
Poor little old Sally. Sure, I'll help you, ma'am. You just scoot over.
Thank you, Hoss.
Hey, Pa, you know, the more I know you, the more I realize what a conniver you are.
Well, never mind what kind of conniver I am. Let's get to town. Ellery's going to be waiting.
I get the filly out of the barn.
Lily so, don't let Sally Philly catch cold. You keep covered with blanket. Got plenty money lie on him today.
Don't Lily.
I better get the horses.
I get my money.
Come on, man. You've been standing there for 15 minutes. Make up your mind.
Well, Ellery, I think I'm about ready to make that bet now.
How much?
Well, I'd say, I'll bet you $1,000.
Let's make it 2,000.
No, 1,000 is good enough for me.
All right, then. It's 1,000.
It's a bet. Little Joe, let's talk about the strategy of this thing now.
Excuse me.
Let's see that,
Fine animal, isn't he?
Beautiful. Ben, she's what I call a sorry filly. Not fast enough to race, too small for a full day's work, and not strong enough to pull with the team.
What are you talking about? I paid a lot of money for that horse. Hey, the fact is, Jock, I bought her to race against Gatling.
Well, that's the trouble with these sorry fillies. Someone's always taking them to heart. Sweating over them, loving them, and going broke on them.
Now, Jock, I paid $500 for that horse, and I intend to pay taxes on the full amount.
Well, I wouldn't assess her at 50.
When I'm betting 1,000 against Gatling, $50. You supposed to be a horse expert?
Any more money you want to bet against Gatling, Miss Cartwright?
Now, we're not talking about money. This is a grudge race. Up, Sing. That goes for you, too.
I sure hate to see Horse's paw make a fool of himself. But believe me, Mr. Cartwright, that filly of yours ain't worth its weight in hay.
And you're supposed to be an assessor?
You bet I am.
Bet what? You haven't got a penny to bet.
I get a good salary.
Well, $60 a month. Chicken feed.
12 months is $720. You call that chicken feed?
No, I call that a bet.
Oh.
You're not backing down, are you?
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cartwright. You're Horse's paw. I can't do this to you.
Well, I don't mind doing it to Horse's best friend, do I?
Mr. Cartwright, man gets too uppity. He needs taken down a peg.
My sentiments exactly.
For your own good, I'll take that bet.
Good. Now, let's get down to the starting line.
Miss Henry. Sally ain't likely to have that coat today.
Are you sure, Hoss? When I left, she was standing in the corner pawing a big hole in the ground.
She was? Dad, burn it, I sure would hate for anything to happen to Sally without Jock being here. I think I better ride in town and get him.
Hoss, now please wait. You know you'll never find Jock.
Ma'am, everything's gonna be all right. Don't you worry.
Hoss, now he just keeps going from one house to the next and from one barn to the next.
Ma'am, everything's gonna be all right. Don't you worry about it. Ma'am, you go get me some hot water and hurry. Hurry, run.
Joe, if we're going to get ourselves a new tax collector, you better win this race.
Yeah, I'll just let him run himself out the first 2 laps and take him on the third.
You better take him on the third.
Oh, you're out $1,720.
No, we're out $1,720. You have half the bet.
You gotta win this one, Skinny.
It's gonna be all right. Before you know it, you're gonna be a brand new mother, the cutest little coat you ever seen. With a brown face and big brown eyes and a bushy tail just like yours. Gonna look just like you. Dad, Bernie, where's that water? Everything's gonna be all right, Sally. I'm gonna have to go to the house a minute and see if I can get some water. I'll be right back now. You stay right here, you hear? Be still. Lay right still. I'll be right back. You just be nice and calm like me, you hear? Yeah. I thought you was going to bring that water. I'm having a heck of a race for that horse. Ma'am. Miss Henry.
Help me, will you, Hoss?
Yes, ma'am.
I put the water on, Hoss, but I think you're going to be needing it for me.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid you can't stop it with words, Hoss.
Yes, ma'am. I'll run into town and get Doc Snow.
Oh, no, there isn't time.
Ma'am, don't you worry about nothing. Everything's going to be all right, you hear? You're going to have a nice, big, old, healthy young'un, big blue eyes and a long, bushy tail. Ma'am, I hear Sally calling. I got to run. You stay right where you are and stay calm, just like me, you hear? Everything's going to be all right.
Please, Hoss, hurry.
Yes, ma'am. Sure got a race on my hands now. Dad Burn Starks are ganging up on me. Here I am back, Sally, just like I told you.
All right, boys, I'll take your bets right up to the last time around. Remember, you got 3 times to go around. That's 10 to 1. 10 to 1. I'll take your bets at 3 to 1. All right, boys, don't rush me.
We keep money in family. Like you sing on Bookmaker, 10 to 1. You bet Gatling, huh? You bet Gatling, 10 to 1. We keep money in family. Very good.
Sally. What you crying about? Didn't I tell you I was going to be back?
Well, we ought to be coming around the corner any minute now. At least Gatlin will be coming around the corner.
Gatling in front. It's not so good for this Bookmaker.
All right, folks. All right, folks, you saw it for yourself. Gatling 2 lengths ahead. Odds are now 20 to 1. Who'll take it?
20 to 1. Like you say, man, 20 to 1. You take Gatling, you take Gatling. We keep money in family.
All right, now you wait your turn now, boy. All right, now, here, give me back that shit. I'll give you back.
You know, I hate to take your money.
Yeah, I'll bet you do.
You want to add another half your salary to that bet, Mr. Cartwright?
Jock, why don't we make it another full year? That'll make it 2 years.
It's a bet.
Everything's going to be all right, Sally. You think you got problems. Miss Henry's got problems just as bad. She's real brave about it. I got to go back in the house, Sally. I'll be right back. You lay right here, you hear? Look out for that hot water. Be still. I'll be right back. I gotta go in the house. Just a minute.
You better come in here quick! Hoss! Hoss!
Here they come. Go! Make it another 1,000, everybody! No, go, get it! All right, Joe! Ready?
21 to 1, boys.
Come on, you big spenders. 21 to 1.
21 to 1. I give same odd. 20. What's the matter? You know, bet. We keep money in family all the same. 21 to 1. Gatling.
What you crying about, Dem? I told you I was going to be right back, didn't I? Everything's going to be all right. Sally's calling, ma'am. I got to go back out the barn now. Don't you let nothing happen till I get back, you hear?
Hoss, I'm afraid I don't have much to say about it.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll be right back. You stay right here. Don't you go nowhere, you hear? I'll be right back. Sally, what you holding out on me for? If you're gonna do something, do it. If you don't, Miss Henry's gonna beat you to it. She's gonna be calling me in a minute. Now, come on here. What in the world happened? That's the worst race Gatlin ever run.
$1,000, Ellery.
What did you say that mare's name is?
Well, her name is Clementine, but I think from the look on your face, we ought to call her Old Sorry from now on.
It ain't funny.
Don't feel so sad. We keep all money in family.
Hey, Joe, it was a wonderful race. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yo, Pa, you said half the bet.
All right, man, don't rush me.
Hey, thanks.
Sally, don't you do nothing till I get back, you hear? Don't you do nothing. You just lay there. I'll be right back. Stay calm. Where in tarnation have you been? Don't tell me, I know. You've been out collecting taxes while I'm here delivering your twins. Fine husband you are. Fine father you're gonna make.
Father? You mean you... Hoss, did you bring my twins into the world?
Go in there in the house and see for yourself. Keep it quiet. He may be asleep.
only one. Where'd you hide my other baby? Where did you put it? Where did you put him?
In the barn, Jock.
Oh, the barn? You can't put my other baby in the barn?
Sally. I never knew it'd be like this. Oh, you got a fine little colt.
He's gonna be our pride and joy. And you ought to see the boy. He's so handsome, I'm gonna call him Hoss. Hoss Cartwright Henry.
Oh, Jock, don't carry on, son.
I think I'm gonna cry.
I think you are, too.
That's right, Mr. Cartwright. We got us a problem, haven't we?
Yes, we have, Jock.
I still owe you a year's salary.
No, 2 years' salary.
2 years' salary?
Yeah, he lost it on a horse race.
Oh, it was a fair bet, Hoss. You see, I bet him against his 2 years' salary, supposing he was going to be working. Now, if he wasn't going to be working,
Mr. Cartwright, are you suggesting that I quit my job?
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying that I didn't actually bet you money. I bet against 2 years' salary, and if you're not working...
Oh, I sure wish I could go along with that, Mr. Cartwright, but Dave Hart, he really needs me down at the tax collecting office.
Jock, I know Dave needs you, but Ellen needs you much more now. I've been talking to her. She's so unhappy with you away on that tax collecting job all the time, and now with Sally and the colt and Ellen and the baby, she needs you all the more.
You really think so?
Oh, I know so.
I think you're right. And you know something else? When I first took that job, Dave told me it was only temporary.
Temporary?
All the conniving and the job was only temporary.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright.
You're welcome, Jock. Joe, take your hat off. That's for the baby.
It's for Ellen.
Family contribute for a little coat.
Good.
You contribute, Mr. Hoss?
I think I done contributed enough to this outfit.
I think he has, too.
I take to Missy Ellen. Clean up house, make big pot mulligan stew.
Good.
Good boy, Hopsy.